All right. Welcome to the Monkey King Studios. Yes, Monkey King. I want to interview TC today, and I don't want to spend too much time talking about Monkey King, but I will say this. The first time I ever met this man, I was in a food line, and he was getting food, and I was getting food, and he called me Monkey King, and he walked away. He didn't explain himself. And I looked to my business partner, Carolyn, and I said, "Did he just call me Monkey King?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I said, "What does that mean?" She goes, "I don't know." I'm going to leave it at that. We'll tell the rest of the story one other day. But that's how Monkey King got brought up, and that's why he's Monkey King's behind it. This is Monkey King Realty. Go to monkeykingroyalty.com. You'll see it's a real thing. But welcome, everybody. Today, it is my pleasure to talk to this young man, TC. And I'm always looking for people that want to radically change the real estate arena, the real estate world, just do everything differently. You know, this is an era of up and coming youngsters, if you will, of taking over real estate. And TC is definitely one of those. He's an excuse buster. And he's one of those people that I'm looking for on a daily basis. I interview people all the time, and I'm constantly looking for people like him that are excited, that are vibrant, that are smiling all the time, that got a passion for succeeding. And it's just fun to be with, and it's fun to watch. It's fun when the picture on the business card actually matches his face. I shouldn't have said that. There's too many fake pictures out there. They need to stop that stuff. But anyhow, so I'm going to say this. Everything rises and falls on leadership, right?
Yeah.
But with that rising and falling on leaders must understand that the teams they have, the people they have on their teams, need help with their self-image and their self-worth. It always starts with self-image and self-worth. I was watching a great call the other day, and I respect her a lot, and she was talking about why real estate agents don't get the deal. And her response was, it's because they don't ask for it. And that is true. That's 100% true. They didn't ask for the sell. They didn't ask for the appointment. They didn't ask for it, right? But you got to back up from that, because it starts with self-image and self-worth. The reason the agent isn't asking for it is because their self-image and their self-worth is to a point that they don't feel like they can. So you're always working as leaders, you're always helping people understand working on your self-image, your self-worth is a daily thing. You don't do it once and you have this great self-image and everything's great in your life. There will be days you wake up where you feel like you can take over the world. And there's going to be days where you want to pull the covers up over your head and say, I can't do it, but you get out of bed anyway. Okay.
Yep.
So that is self-image. And let me say this about TC. TC's got the self-image. He's got the self-worth. That's why he was able to succeed and do what he's done. And that's why he's on here today, and he's succeeding at a very, very high level. His self-image is amazing. I could take TC and put this man in any industry, solar panels, pharmaceutical sales, life insurance sales, car sales, anything, and he would succeed. I can promise you that, because that's where his self-image is. All right. So I want to get that out of the way, because a lot of people say, well, I talked to this other guy and he tried real estate part-time and he said it doesn't work. That's because his self-image did not allow him to. And if we can work on your self-image and your self-worth, I promise you, it can work for you just like it worked for TC. So my man TC, that nicknamed me Monkey King, made me popular real quick. I like it. You worked a full-time job, 9 to 5, and did real estate. I'm going to say part-time, and were a top producer when you had that 9 to 5 job. Am I correct?
Correct.
All right. Tell us about that. Tell us why you did it. You know, tell us a little bit about your background, who you are. I know you got 3 kids. Tell us a little bit about that, and just kind of go from there.
All right. First of all, I just want to thank Paul, aka the Monkey King, for having me here today. I'm excited to have this interview with Paul, and it's a privilege and honor. So a little bit of background about myself. Going to college, dreamed to come to the corporate world. One day, accidentally got into real estate. Our realtor at the time, she must have saw my passions, asked me to be her assistant. I was like, you know what? I like to look at houses. I like to look at cars, helping family buy cars growing up, friends. I really enjoy looking at houses. Hey, let's try it out. So I say, I'll be your assistant. And long story short, I sold 2 properties within a few months. Then I was like, you know what? I like this. And then I was like, let me just go take classes. So working full time and weekends off. So I'll take real estate courses on the weekends for 6 weeks in a row. I was determined. Take classes, got my license. Did not realize it was illegal to sell real estate without a license until I got into real estate school. But I have to thank that particular agent to give me the opportunity to, without her asking me to be a real estate agent, I may just be an average person working 9 to 5. And not to say anything, but I'm just so passionate in real estate. And like Paul was saying, some real estate agent may consider themselves working part-time. I never consider myself working part-time. Really, it's the amount of time you put in to a transaction, representing clients. I don't need to share with my clients that I work part-time. I schedule it based on my availability. If there's time where I can't make it, I would ask another agent to assist me, a team member, or pay another agent to assist.
Nice.
But I was pretty determined, and because of that determination and passions, I was willing to really bend my back to make the deal work for my clients. I remember like walking around the parking lot during break time, or eat a really quick lunch to talk to client after lunch. And when working from home, after I'm done working, like during break, I would go change. Right when I log off, oftentimes I would run. I call it a show. I have another show. Really go show houses or meet clients after my 9 to 5 job. I mean, I'm always prepared. Just having that mindset, being prepared, and time is of the essence sometimes, because when we submit offers and we're the first one, the seller may have nothing to compare to, and then being able to get out there and show and turn it around. Sometimes I have my laptop with me. I'm always prepared. I mean, remember like my not first, but probably second or third deal was a new agent at the time. Just got out of college, going up the ski slope on my snowboarding trip with my buddies. I felt great being able to execute a contract, being on the gondola, going up and down the gondola, just negotiate a contract via text message with the sales agent at one of the builders at the time. Yeah. And the beauty of real estate is you can work anywhere, anytime. You schedule your own time. There's time where you have to, reschedule certain things if there's an emergency. But I always have my laptop on with me everywhere I go. I'm not trying to be a workaholic, but just being prepared just in case I need to pop in and send a contract out or send an amendment. But because of the passion and the drive, I'm thankful. I'm thanking that particular agent that invited me to be her assistant. But it allows me to leverage real estate to build my wealth, build a rental portfolio and do the thing I love to do. And recently left corporate world. I love both jobs, but I have to give up one to succeed further. Like a balance well, but I feel like time is right that I need to make the move. Most agents would have made a move a long time ago, but I juggled pretty well. I felt like juggling well, but then to the point where I'm being so busy on both ends, not taking good care of my health and not having enough time for my family. So it feels great to be able to do things that you love to do. I'm just, when you talk about real estate, if I stumble across a friend or someone I met about real estate, it can go like on and on and on. And it just, anything you do that you love to do, you'll just succeed in it. Your kid that you love, you'll raise them to be a good kid with all the effort you can put in. And so being a part-time, I never considered that's a part-time agent. I actually work a lot more than most full-time agents. Capped every year, top producer most years, and just really the drive, the motivations. No one can motivate you but yourself, or unless your why is your family and you need to make ends meet and work. But one key that I feel, for me, I'm not a salesman. I never consider myself a salesman, But being a part-time so-called agent, allows me to not just be mentality as well, but like I never push my client. Maybe sometime I have to just to educate them and walk them through, but I don't want to see myself being a salesman. I have to make that sales. So with the flexibility of being a part-time agent is you have a stable income and you have a job that you call it fun. And I call it fun. So how I looked at it at first was, making a couple sales a year and pay for my vacation. And it felt great, go on vacation, making all those sales go vacation, and the passion just kind of all put together. And I mean, it just start to thrive. And I just really appreciate the opportunity. But like being really just like Paul said earlier, being different. How can you stand out against many thousands of agents out there in the industry? Yeah. And how can I stand out is the service I provide to my client. I'm not pushing them. I'm educating my client, because real estate is either one of the biggest investment or one of the biggest debt that you have when you make a purchase. But I look at it as if I were to buy my own home, or if I'm representing my family. Every transactions I see is like a story, and it's a good story, and it should be good, because I want to be that agent for life. I want to sell to you, your children, your grandchildren down the road, your neighbors, your friends, and having that mentality and providing the client with the extra service. I feel walking them through the whole entire process, and even offer to coordinate contractors to assist them with certain repairs. Most average home owner doesn't know all this type of repairs. So I feel like the connection I have with other contractors, I'm able to introduce them to a good contractor to my client, as well as the fee that they provide and the service they provide is abnormal.
So let me back up for a second, because there's some things you said I think a lot of people missed. You had a full-time job and it took you 6 weeks. That was it to study and pass your test?
6 weekends. So
weekends.
6 weekends. So Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. 6 weeks. And you can do the accelerator program as well, as quick as 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I know like real estate school, like Champion School of Real Estate, they offer night classes, they offer weekend classes during the day. If you're a stay-at-home mom, you can go take classes when your kid's in school, or flexibility of taking classes online.
So it only took you 6 weekends. I think that's impressive. You had a full-time job. You worked every weekend to pass your test. Again, it goes back to the way he thinks. He thinks differently than most. He's the person that I'm looking for in this industry. And then you said it, and this is the one that really gets me. I didn't look at this as a part-time job. And that is a mindset shift that most people don't have, because most part-time real estate agents that I've talked to, they love to let everybody know they're doing it part-time. It's just like this badge of honor. It's ridiculous. It's sad. But you didn't even tell your clients you were doing this part-time, right?
Right. Unless they ask. I mean, if they ask, then yeah, I do have another job. Yeah. But I'm always there for you,
Yeah. And that's that small difference that people don't understand. Inside his head, he didn't view it as a part-time job. Therefore, it wasn't a part-time job. He valued it. And because he valued it, he became successful. Other people like, why only do it part-time? Quit telling people that. And the person you really need to quit telling that to is yourself. Quit telling yourself you're doing this part-time, right? That's huge. And that's what I think that's just such a, and people look at success, if they've never had it, TC, as this mirage, this thing they can't get to. And it's so they gotta make these radical changes. And I know this to be true because so many people spend so much time on New Year's resolutions, and their New Year's resolutions are a big swing. I mean, they take a big swing. I gotta redo everything in my life. No, you just got to think just a little bit differently. He thought just a little bit differently of, hey, I value this. This is my future, right?
Right.
That's massive. And now, it seemed like for a 6-week period, every time I logged into Facebook or I couldn't find you, you were skiing somewhere. How many weeks in a row did you go snow skiing?
I was fortunate to go 3 trips this past winter.
3 trips. Did you take your whole family every time?
Twice I took my family.
And tell us about your family. How many kids you got?
I have 3 kids.
3 kids.
To 9-year-olds.
So 2 times. And where did y'all go ski?
Colorado.
Okay. So you went to Colorado 2 times, took the whole family. 1 time went by himself.
Yeah.
And that is why this man made a decision years ago of I'm not treating this as part-time, because I want to take my family, because you're a hero now to your family. I know you don't look at it that way. You're a very humble man, and I love it. And that's why I love you. But you're a hero to your family. You're a hero to young generations that are looking up saying, hey, what is family life like? Because their family life might not have been as good as what you're giving to your children, right? So because that small change in your mindset of, hey, I'm not taking this as this is not a part-time. And I love what you said earlier. You worked as hard as some full-time agents, right?
Even harder.
Even harder. And on lunch break, you had to call clients, and on the weekends you worked, and you were submitting deals and helping other people. Now you're helping other people. You helped Carolyn Richter on my team close her first deal today. Thank you very much. Thank you. And she's not on your team, right?
No.
You're helping.
We're on a big team. We're here to help each other grow and build a business together. It's just not.
Carolyn told me, she goes, I need some help real quick. I said, call TC. She goes, he's closing like every day. It looks like you're closing a home and doing something. I said, the man will answer your phone. I promise you. And she said, okay. And she goes, he answered my phone. So you do work more than most people. That's amazing. But you don't view it as work, do you?
No. So the key is, when you don't view it as work, that's fun. So when you go to work, you're going to have fun. When something's fun, you always think positive. And I Daniel Ng, our leader, recently posted a quote, think like a farmer.
Yeah.
And I truly believe in that. And, farming, you grow a crop, you plant the seed, you wait for the seed to grow in the crop, and one day you have fruit. Assisting our valued clients, I look at the same way every day. And may take some client a few months. I have clients, even I worked with for a few years before, and they finally buy. But just some crop takes longer to grow. But don't shout at the crop, and plant, water the crops, and
crops.
Love the crop.
I love it. You are speaking my language, man. Don't shout at the crops. Go plant more crops.
Plant more crops. Eventually all these crops will grow into fruits or vegetable for you to eat and enjoy, in the sense of, love the crop, because with the crop you have to water, you have to love the plant in order for the plant to grow and thrive. Same thing with your client. You help guide your client in every way, best protect your client, look out for them, what's best interest them. Obviously, you want to get to the finish line with your client, but there's no race. Shouldn't take shortcut. That crop, aka your client, will eventually grow and bloom. Bloom meaning closing, and they get to close on their beautiful home, like the home I have in my background. Owning. I've just recently had the opportunity to assist a client in choosing a lot that will fit well for them based on direction, based on the house number, and everyone has a unique need. Just because that unique need may be different, maybe unheard of, value and respect your client's decision or request. But really, at the end of the day, is how can you best represent your client in every way to protect them? How much money you can save your client, or how much money can you make for your seller if you're selling their house?
So we need to wrap up here. I talked to a lot of people this weekend at Champions Business School, or Champions School, that were just about to take their real estate exam or had just taken it. I would say 95% of them are going to come in here and do it part-time. Anything else other than mindset or more mindset that you haven't talked about yet? Anything you'd like to wrap up and tell those people, like if you were to talk to them one-on-one, what would you say to them?
You know, one of the key of me being able to walk a little alcoholic in a way is I have to thank my lovely wife, allowing me the opportunity to go extra miles with my clients, being able to take phone calls sometime. I mean, try not to do often, but sometime during dinner if it's an emergency, or just maybe a little late to an event just because I have to take care of an issues for my client. I want to make sure I'm done getting that out of the way, but have someone that can support you, your partner, that can support you. You create that expectation, and that partner understands and not nagging you. Hey, you work too much. There's a goal, family goal. How can we raise children? We divide up responsibility. Obviously, I always want to be there for my children's activities, soccer games, spend time with them. But you know, it's having that support, the family support, plays a big role.
Good.
And the social being, you know, I work a lot, I play a lot too. So spend time for yourself, with your family. Go out and spend time with your friends. Celebrate after every closing. Go celebrate.
Yes. Amen. Yeah, you got to celebrate. Well, thank you, TC. I could talk to you for hours. I could talk to you for a couple of days. The way you just ended that, talking about your family and family support, that's a whole different topic. And I love what you and your wife are creating, that synergy of, hey, these are the expectations. And no kidding, I kind of want to get my pastor on here to talk to you even more about that, because that's a main element to success right there. But we don't have time for that today. So thank you so much. Thank you for always giving to the team. Every time you're at Daniel's office, you're helping somebody with something. I hope and pray that we're blessing you just as much as you're blessing us, because you're definitely a blessing. Just your smile, just your excitement when we walk into the room, it changes everything. It really does. And so I'm excited to do this journey with you. I'm excited that I picked the Daniel Ng team because you are on it, and you're going to make my journey much more fun. I can promise you that.
Thank you. I'm very, very excited and honored to be in the team. I mean, Daniel's the reason myself and most of our team members joined.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a great team. We partners, you know, we're family. We always call each other family. It's our second family.
All right, my friend. Well, I will see you shortly. And thank you for being on today's call with me. Okay.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thanks so much, Paul, and everyone who's watching.